Hey y'all, I wanted y'all to see a little bit of the farm that was captured. These are the ducks and the gentleman who owns the farm. And this is the place where I have been getting my fresh organic eggs. And it was lots of fun. I was there with my mother, and we had an opportunity to sit down and actually hand feed the ducks. It was very interesting just to be around them and see their behaviors and how intelligent they are. So we had a good time. Enjoy. Hey y'all, it's me and I'm back with another video. I've been gone for a couple weeks, and it's not because nothing has been going on, believe me. A lot has been going on. And I just haven't been able to take you with me. It's just been that kind of business going on. And so I'm on a couple different committees. One is for my family reunion, the other one is at church. Plus, maintenance, the everyday things that we all have to do. It's been a lot. So I hadn't been on in a while. And I started making a video Sunday morning as I was driving to church. I was doing one of my, car chats. And I said, I really need to go ahead and put up a video. And I thought about how I have footage of my experience. I had my mother with me. My experience of going to the farm. I don't know if I've said this previously, but I did find a farm nearby that I can buy my eggs from, and they're duck eggs. They're not chicken eggs, they're duck eggs, and which is makes them even more nutritious. But excuse me, I was able to meet this gentleman who owns the farm, and um, he offered a tour. I hope y'all can hear me because my washing machine is going in the background. He offered a tour, and uh, plans changed a little bit with who was supposed to go on the tour with me, but wound up going on the tour, actually hand feeding the ducks because they love green beans and sweet peas. So I wanted to take y'all outside, but today is kind of like rainy, so it's not a good day for that. And it's really not a lot going on back there, to tell you the truth. It's not. Would you believe I still have not transplanted those vegetables yet? They're still growing inside them. But they good. They good. They're good. So I have my cardboard inside of my above ground planters, but I still have to go get my soil, and I may do that today or tomorrow, sometime, or maybe this weekend. I don't know. It just depends. But I just wanted to insert this footage of the farm experience of feeding the ducks at the farm. And hopefully the next time I come back, I will be, giving y'all some raw footage of me planting or transplanting my veggies into the above ground. I might just film the whole process. I was trying to think of, is there anything else that I need to tell y'all besides I'm busy. I've been really, really busy. But anyway, and I know all of us have. All of us, most of us, if you're not busy, God bless you. I don't know how you do it, but the one thing I am doing is I'm trying to prioritize. I'm finding that, the older I get, the more I understand that you can't be everything to everybody. And actually, some people, this may sound rough, but they don't deserve you to be everything to them. You have selfish people, so you have to kind of balance yourself out and don't overgive of yourself to the point where you're lacking on what you're supposed to be doing where you're at. So I'm doing my boundaries, and I am finding my way through this, and doing it in love, because everything that we do has to be out of love. You can't get upset with people because, of their personality traits. You just pray for them. Just like me, I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. None of us is perfect. We all have these different, things we deal with, the personalities that we have, and a lot of it has to do with how we are raised, um, and the things and the experiences that we've gone through, and how we've been able to handle them in the past. Have we even resolved a lot of things? But anyway, I'm gonna let y'all go, and I'm gonna insert the footage. Thanks. Okay, y'all. If y'all thought I wrapped that up abnormally fast, and I did, it's because I heard my husband coming in, and I don't want him to just bust in and mess up the video. And so I listened to him and what he had to say and everything. He's gone. So I decided now what I'm going to do is put that footage of the duck farm at the beginning. So I just want to do it that way. Because a lot of times, I don't know how to do that thumbnail thing on this new video app that I'm using. And I would like for it to be the thumbnail to be something with some action in it. Instead of me just talking. But anyway, that's what I had to say. I was like, yeah, they gonna be like, why did she wrap that up so fast? Okay, bye. The way I just cut it off is because I heard him coming. And I knew he was getting ready to come in here. Anyway, y'all, I hope you're enjoying your day, whatever time of day it is, morning, afternoon, evening, night. I hope you're enjoying yourself, and I hope you are blessed, and I hope that you are staying connected with the Master, God in heaven, Jesus Christ the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Let them rule and abide over you. And y'all, we are in Acts 6th chapter now. We're getting ready to do our review this week, and there's so much that I have learned and am learning. It's awesome. It is awesome. I really wish I could film our sessions, but I think it would take away from it at this point. I don't want people to be like camera shy or not say what they would have normally have said. I really want it to be authentic. I'm not saying it couldn't be authentic if we did it that way, but I don't know. First of all, I'm not in my own home. I'm in my cousin's home, and I don't know. Maybe that's something that we could look into, the three of us, and hopefully it'll expand to more of us. It was really supposed to be four of us, but one person chose not to participate, and that's fine. Maybe she will the next time, but hopefully we can get it to that point so that you all can listen and even have input. That's what the comment section is for on this video. So anyway, now I'm really wrapping it up, and I'm gonna say goodbye for now. And this will be the end of the video because, like I said, I'm putting the duck footage at the very beginning. All right, y'all. Bye.
That's totally not true because I'm going to start Sunday.
Hey, y'all. It's me, and I'm back with another video. And I really hope that y'all can hear me well. Y'all, I have not been on here in a while because I have been busier than a one-legged man at a butt-kicking contest. That's one of my friends, Susan K. Let's call her Susan K. Susan Q. She was one of my closest friends in my early career who took me under her wing and treated me as if
her, I'm gonna say niece, because I don't think she's old enough to be my mother, but she treated me like I was her niece, okay? And she took me under her wing and showed me everything she knew. She didn't, what they call, gatekeep. That's what they call it now. She didn't gatekeep about things on the job. And I was sitting there and I had a little degree, you know, but this woman didn't have a degree, but she had experience and she had wisdom and knowledge of the system and how everything worked within the system we were working in. And I owe a lot to that lady, you know. But that was one of her little Susanisms. She had a lot of them too. She had a lot of them, and we lost touch. That's the one thing that I'm gonna make sure I do. God's will. In the next, I don't know, I'm gonna make that my goal, maybe even before this month is out, is to write to Susan, because I still know, I think she lives there. I'm not sure. It's not in the town I'm in, but I want to reach out to her and see if she'll, I'm sure she will, you know, reach back to me and contact me and let's get together. Because you don't meet people like her in your lifetime, but so often. Like people outside of your family, you know, because most of us have families that love us and treat us so well. They love on us. And when you can meet a friend, especially an older woman, and you're a woman, that treats you the way she treated me, it made an impression on me. She was the reason why I went on to greater things within that career path. She encouraged me, and I kind of looked at it as, well, wait a minute, why would you tell me to apply over here when we're just chilling here? We're having so much fun and looking around. But she had to remind me, you have the earning potential. You know, like I'm okay, you know, I'm cool, married several years, I'm set, you know. And then things happened with her, and her husband was deceased, but he left her in a way where she didn't have to worry about things. And eventually she retired, but she kept on me. She kept reminding me to go on to bigger and better and greater, because God has something better for you. This was just your takeoff. This was just your takeoff. But you got a landing strip somewhere else, honey. And she would tell me that. And, you know, back then, you know, I was young, in my 20s, late 20s, early 30s. And sometimes people see things in you that you don't even see in yourself. Because I really didn't have the confidence and I had some confidence, but I had confidence in what I knew how to do at that moment, in the little education. And I call it little because I don't care how much education we get, common sense will always surpass it. And that's just my opinion. And I also found out that you cannot use education as a way to gauge a person's intelligence, because there are a lot of educated fools out here. And I hope I'm not using that word as a, put it like this, they're educated and they just have no idea. So it kind of reminds me of a few weeks ago when my pastor, we were talking about Saul before he became Paul, and how Saul had the best intentions, you know, he had the best intentions when he was going around persecuting so sure that he was right. He had the best intentions. He felt like he was doing it for God. But he was working against God. And he didn't even realize it until he had that Damascus Road intervention when Jesus turned his life around. So, you know, it kind of reminds me of people who say, well, God knows my heart, you know, and they're doing things that they know full well may be contrary to his will, to his word, to his ways. When you say that, it's almost like Peter when he said, you know, Lord, you know, I'll never leave you. I love you and I'll never do it. And y'all know, like Jesus said, that cock crows, by the time that cock crows 3 times, you're going to deny me. So we don't even know our hearts the way that Jesus does, the way God knows us. He knows us. So that after he humbled, after that experience happened and Peter found out, you know, he got scared and ran and denied Jesus. Y'all know, those of you who read the Bible know what happened. But after that, look at Peter's attitude to Jesus. He was like, Lord, you know. We covered that when we studied John, and we're in Acts now, but I'm telling you, we're all, you know, some things we think we are so sure about. We're so sure, so certain. But I think, you know, I know that wisdom comes from God. And he said, if you delight yourself in him, if you run after him, if you have a thirst for him, he's going to satisfy your thirst. And he is going to show you the truth. He'll lead you right to it. But what you do with it is on you. It's up to you. If you say, you know, I know I got to stay with Mama Neil. I got to keep doing what Mama Neil do. I got to keep going to the church Mama Neil go to. Or my Aunt Neil. Or my Daddy Neil. You know, and you know full well that what you are absorbing there is not right. You see the contradictions. But when the Lord brings you there, when your heart is really open to knowing his truth, the truth, because the truth is his truth. I've heard people say, everybody got their own truth. No, they don't. It ain't but one truth. Jesus said, I am the way. I am the truth. I am the life. Okay? It's all in him. It's all in him. And it does not contradict. The Bible does not contradict itself. Your interpretation may be messed up, but the Bible is not going to contradict. And I forget who this was that I was around recently, and they said it, and I said, that's right. You know, like, wow. If you really want to know, ask the Lord. Ask him. Ask him if it's something you want to know, something you're not sure of. Just ask him. Just ask him. I'm on my way to church, and I'm going to get to Sunday school on time. I just looked at the clock, and sometimes, y'all, I get up super early. I never really know until the last couple of years. I am a morning person. I thought it was a job that had made me like that. You know, the early hours. Oh, I'm just doing it out of habit. But no, I'm a morning person because I'm happy when I get up. I'm looking forward to what I can do, and I get the most done in the first couple of hours of the day. That's the truth. I mean, I'm not saying that you can't be productive at night and get things done in the afternoon and evening and night, but for me, I get the most done. I have the freshest mind in the morning. I have my reflection, like my train of thought, everything is so much clearer in the morning. And I just thought about that. My brother encouraged me years ago when I was going through some bad things. It was a rough spot in my life. And I was crying, and what did he tell me? darkness may come at night, but joy is gonna come in the morning. Joy in the morning. And he was right. Because if I could have looked forward and looked, ahead in the years and seen what God had for me and where God was gonna lead me to and the things that God was gonna show me, I wouldn't have never shed a tear. I mean, I'm not saying my feelings wouldn't have been hurt from what I was going through at the time, because it was pretty serious. But I am saying that I would have handled it in a whole different way. But I realized that the things that I was going through was for a purpose, and it strengthened me. If I wouldn't have felt the emotion with it, I couldn't have grown stronger from it. Anyway, y'all, I am almost there. So I'm going to turn the camera off, and I'm going to see what we learned today, and I will see you in a few.